Point!
I mean, Cosmic Fury, we got guys who have very diverse interests. This is another subsection where we call ourselves Cosmitechs. First issue for the Cosmitechs, we're gonna talk about Ubisoft. Are they the new EA?
Yes.
This article has been going around that Ubisoft, quote unquote, Ubisoft.
Fit. Masuk sikit.
Oh,
Okay. Ubisoft. They're one of those companies famous for doing Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, I remember playing the first one and the second one on console before I got into the PC.
make fun of me no more. Anyway.
During the time when Assassin's Creed came out, it was a unique game because nobody else was doing games like those, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the sneaking and then like jumping into bushes. Yeah, it was a memorable game at the time. And as time goes by, the company grew and they got they did a few FPS games also, right?
Yes.
Tom Clancy's.
The newest one is Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4.
Yeah, Far Cry did well.
upcoming.
So I mean, with those games, they grew as a company like really huge. I remember playing the first one. That was like back in 2007.
Yes.
This one. It was like wow, years ago.
Who?
4 years.
7. Hey, what number? I was trying to say 4.
Yeah, it was around that time.
7 ah.
7 lah.
7 eh, apa mau 4?
Match
Suka
play.
sumpah macam tu.
Yeah, Maxfield. Yeah. So anyway, they were famous for that. I remember playing. What was it? PS1, right?
PS2.
Yeah, PS2. Took time to actually find out they leave a few Illuminati Easters.
Is it?
Yeah, there were a few. I actually paused the game and tried to see.
Actually also no. I also don't know.
What lah?
You play what? Assassin's Creed what? 1 or 2?
I think 2 ah.
2, okay.
Yeah, I remember playing I think it was the second one. Or was it the first one? Altair was the first one. And
Ezio is first one, right?
no, Ezio was the second one.
Oh.
Altair is the first one.
Ezio sexy.
So there was like the game revolves around those Illuminati and what's the bad guys organization, Templars, right?
Hydra.
Nope.
Hydra apa sih?
Yeah, it was like those Illuminati stuff going on. But we're gonna talk about Ubisoft as a company as a whole. There are talks that they are the new EA. I mean, EA has their own history of making bad decisions in games, but so Ubisoft, there's a talk about it like they're being the new EA and stuff. So quote unquote, what was the recent thing that sparked online debate?
He said that resolution is just a number, and their decision to make every game like 30 FPS to accommodate all the consoles player.
On the technical side of it, like games have advanced pretty far from console to PC, frame rates especially. Like what the code says by the Ubisoft developer is that 30 frames or how many frames is just number and doesn't sell games. Well, I mean, you really have to be one of those tech enthusiasts to actually appreciate the numbers, because some games, if you have a higher frame rate,
I think almost every game.
yeah, you can actually see the quality of the graphics. Especially some of us did play Alien Isolation. We had a good impression of how good it looks. If a game has a low frame rate, it will look very washed out
And not unplayable at all.
yeah, and especially screen skipping.
Tearing.
Yeah, screen tearing where the V-Sync is just whack. Yeah, every time when you move, the thing would like cut. Yeah, V-Sync is really bad. So, I mean, for consoles, basically it says that Sony and Xbox are making Ubisoft lock their frame rates. We don't know how true this is. because like PC specs have like really increased over the years. I mean, like new GPUs, new memories, motherboards. Even they released the new X79.
Yes. X99.
X99, and even the motherboards we're using now at the time when we bought it was like what, last 2 years or something, and it was new at the time. And now there's a new series of boards, and that's how fast PC gear advance. 2 years, 8 months, it depends. And consoles have always have this trouble of trying to keep up. And because they have frame rate issues, that is why they try their best to lock it at 30 frames. And even YouTube, they can't go beyond 30 frames. They're not capable yet, but they're still in the testing phase of that 40 like 4K resolution. But not everybody can play 4K resolution on a PC.
Yes.
It was just hang and won't load.
I mean, I don't have problems with consoles being like 30 FPS. It's just that Ubisoft like trying to lock us like PC gamers in 30 FPS. There's really an issue for us, like for us.
We're not trying to like condemn like
we love consoles.
We started from consoles. Like the thing they're trying to debate is that like spec numbers is not what sells games. Partly it is true. I mean, even if with a high resolution, high this, high that, I mean, the games won't sell if the game doesn't have a good plot. It doesn't have a good game mechanic and whatnot. So, but it shouldn't be the only case where you need to lock down the frame rate. Because they try to debate another sense where, example, Watch Dogs, where it's an open world game, and if they amped up more than 30 frames, they just cannot handle it.
Keep up. And they have to turn down the resolution to 720p.
I have an issue about that particular comment, because like if your game engine or your team of developers cannot come up with a solution to handle a game that is open world and can handle and cannot handle anything beyond 30 frames, there's something wrong either with the team or with your engine. Because I don't see this issue for Skyrim.
At all.
Skyrim has like tons of mods, and they don't have any like frame issues. And this is an open world far beyond what Watch Dogs is. And their online modding community is off the charts, man. We got like modders coming in like days on end, giving new mods like HD skins and stuff like that. So, I mean, you shouldn't compare companies, but then again, if you were to compare like sales, Skyrim and Bethesda has not like having issues. That's why I come back to the part like if Ubisoft is giving this reason that games, if their games cannot go beyond 30 frames of being open world, there's something wrong with the engine or there's something wrong with the team. Like obviously they as a company they can't blame Xbox or Microsoft, or they can't blame Sony like hey, you guys are making a console with outdated tech parts. It's like the consoles now, okay, this is the part where the Sony fanboys and the Microsoft fanboys are gonna just flip out. Hey, PC elites, please. No, it's not about that. But it is true. The tech that goes, the GPU AMD is using is like what, like 2 generations by now.
I mean, we understand that the consoles need to do that because they they cost a lot to make like one console. Imagine if they have to follow up with the PC stuff. It will cost them for around $800 to $900 for a PS4. So that's why they have to knock down all the.
Logically, it's like good business sense to actually cut costs to get the stuff out. But on their end, I think the company is kind of like a rush to get the system out just to be on the market, just to be relevant, basically. Because guys like Sony and Microsoft, they are trying to conquer the living room. but they have yet to face the competition on Steam, so they are still in the works. Yeah, linking from console to PC, which obviously Sony and Xbox are still struggling to do. And so I mean, okay, let's talk about like Assassin's Creed. I do feel that they have lost the elusiveness of what Assassin's Creed are supposed to be as a game. Like I said, like, I mean, the first 2 games I played, it was unique because nobody did it.
It was awesome.
And Shadow of Mordor came out. They nearly used the same engine and they capitalized on that system, and they made a unique Nemesis system and it is its own identity. But for Assassin's Creed, they have so many games. Black Flag, what was the third one that Red Indian guy?
Red Indian?
Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's the thing. They have so many games. They got Liberation, and then
Black Flag.
I mean, it's a pirate, and then there's a new one. Unity, and then there's another one.
Unity.
Yeah, Unity. No, there's Unity. There's Unity, and then there's another one where one of the assassins is taking out the rest of the assassins. That's why there's a lot of games.
John Wick lah.
No.
Anyways.
So yeah, Ubisoft basically is milking their fans. A lot of them are obviously not happy with it, and they have their own DLC issues going on. So
For Far Cry 4, for the game itself is 30 USD. But if you want to fight the Yeti, you have to pay another $60.
yeah.
Yay! Fight the fucking Yeti for 60 USD dollars.
Okay, so right now there's a lot of things we can talk about. I mean, Ubisoft has their own Uplay trying to compete with what Steam is doing, but logging on into the thing is just horrendous.
I think people should know if you are into.
Yeah, I would rather play Assassin's Creed or any Ubisoft games on Steam because it's more stable than Uplay. Because trying to log in that thing is just pitching. Yeah, and yeah, their DLC basically they're milking their fans. You know, it's like you make a whole game, and then suddenly you just take out maybe like that 20% of the game, of a full game, and put it as a DLC. Hey, I'll charge you another like $40. Please buy our game.
Yes.
You know, that doesn't make sense anymore. That's what, like, you know, that has never happened in the cartridge days. And once the digital age has come in, it is a trend now. So yeah, and I mean, Far Cry is a pretty good game. Far Cry 3 it's like a kind of like a Skyrim with a lot
open
of
world with animals.
Yeah. Oh, and then they too had that DLC thing going on, and then Far Cry 4.
But Far Cry 3 is not so bad as Far Cry 4 now. It's like literally charging one whole game for another DLC, which around 3 hours of gameplay.
So 90 USD, if you convert it in Singapore dollars, that's like what, 100 plus?
What the fuck?
And
And
that's
it
like-
applies to all consoles, everything, no?
And that's like digital, right?
Huh?
Digital only.
Digital, no, physical copy I think is gonna be more expensive.
I'm sure they're gonna like push in a few like collectibles.
Yeah.
They do that all the time. And yeah, I mean that's the thing. We're trying to like it's not really a debate. It's just we want to try to put it out. It's not, I mean, frame rates and whatnot. Yes, it doesn't sell games, but if you put it as a reason that it cannot go further, I am trying to say like, you know, there's something wrong somewhere. As in, there's something wrong with either with the team. Or creative control within the team. Anyway, this is something we are thinking of, like, you know, doing further into the tech stuff. So in the future there will be more stuff where we dwell into the tech side of games and even the movies.
And if you like this, like what we are doing, just comment in everywhere, Facebook.
Yeah, comment, link,
If you like us like doing this like further and further, which if you don't like, then we stop doing.
Alright, this is Cosmitechs, and our mother is Cosmic Fury.
Mother.
Na